All right. It looks like, okay. It looks like we are live. Thank you so much for joining us today on Sunday service with the Morrisons. This is my husband David, and I'm Tammy Morrison, and we are coming to you today with Sunday service. And so today we want to talk about one of our favorite subjects, and probably one of yours, love. We're going to talk about love. And so, what I want to do right now is I'm going to read a scripture that is common to not only the Bible, but it's also common to the Torah and the Quran. And so, I'm going to read that scripture right now for you, which is 1 Corinthians 13. So it says, if I speak in the tongue of men and of angels, but have not love, I am a noisy gong or a clanging cymbal. And if I have prophetic powers and understand all mysteries and all knowledge, and if I have all faith so as to remove mountains, but have not love, I am nothing. If I give away all I have, and if I deliver up to my body to be burned, but have not love, I gain nothing. So when I think about that scripture, it says to me that if you don't have love, you don't have anything. So love is the principal thing. Um, David, you want to share some things about that?
Good morning, my peeps. Um, First of all, we're still celebrating Valentine's. We celebrate all our holidays, our special days for 30 days at a time. So we continue to celebrate. So all you lovebirds, happy belated Valentine's or happy Valentine.
Absolutely.
And just like she said, I'm her knowledge and foundation, and she's my wisdom in the way. Uh, we met in a great way, and we both knew that we were for each other almost instantly, even though she thought I was running from her like Joseph at first. But I just wanted to do the right thing with this woman because I loved her from before the foundation of the world. When I first seen her, I knew who she was, and later on, I hope the judge is not looking right now, watching, but he probably will. Her dad, he's a powerful man. I got a lot of respect for him. He kind of blush when I tell him how much I love him. But he let me know the Men in Black was checking me out at the time, but he didn't know he didn't have nothing to worry about because, like I said, she's the foundation. Also, she's the way, and I'm her foundation.
Yes.
Um, that said, one of the things that strengthening us is we our love is unconditional. We touched on it a little bit last Sunday service, um, but many people they have in their relationship, I love you so much, but or I love you uh, um, so much.
If you do.
Exactly. It can't be conditions. Uh, it can't be jealous. It can't be unforgiving. And I mentioned it a little bit. Uh, she's not the type of woman that can make me walk away no matter what. Uh, when I told her that, she was a little bit astounded. Uh, but we can't live in a relationship and have
Exit clause.
hold each other hostage, so to speak. Um,
Or have an exit clause.
we don't argue. When we
No.
do disagree, uh, I forget pretty quickly, and Tammy reminds me of about an hour later. She said, "I apologize for upsetting you or whatever," but she don't know. She, she's a tough woman, and but a kind and gentle spirit, and she's never hurtful, so I can never be upset. Um, I thank God for her. Uh,
Thank
I'm
you.
I'm
Thank
one
you for
of
the
the
roses.
most blessed people in the world. Um, we we just have so much that we come together and we touch agree on. Uh, my brother James, who's not on the tech savvy person, so I don't have to worry about
Social
him
media.
him being on social media. He was shocked when I said, "Yeah, we pray every day." He said, "Every day?" I said, "Yeah, sometimes twice a day," which we should, but the Lord knows our heart. So um, it's just amazing how we connect and how we touch each other and respond to each other, and and everybody around us see it. We take a room, and I'm sure some of you out there do the same thing. We take a room and we change the room when we step in there together. When we step into an environment, we change the environment together. We just jive that way, and we try to tell some of the young family members uh, the same thing. Don't let family or nobody come between your relationship,
Yep.
because too many of us we'll be in a relationship and we put our kids before our spouse, or our love, or our significant other, and the children should they're gonna grow up, and some of you don't want to hear this, but they may forget you for a while, or they may forget you for good, and you have to be ready to say, this thing is forever.
Mm-hmm.
Your children are not. You're gonna always love them. They might not love you the same, and we have adult children, and we've experienced from the best to almost the worst,
Yep.
and but for some people to put their children or their pets or their job or
Or their
whatever
parents.
first, or their parents, you just don't do that.
Because if you follow the Bible or even the Torah or the Quran, they pretty much all say the same thing.
Yeah,
They tell you to leave and cleave. When you get married to somebody, then you leave all that other stuff behind. Because it's y'all. It's I used to laugh because I used to think it's us against the world, and that really is what it is. So when you put all those other people in your relationships, especially, my grandmother actually shared that with me when I got married the first time. She said, "Don't put other people in your relationship, and don't tell all your business." That's what they used to say, the old people. Don't tell everybody all your business, because what happens many times is you get in a little fight and you go and share that with your family, and then your family gets all pissed off at the other person, and then you forgive them, and y'all go on with your life, but you have family members that still hold them hostage for some argument that you had maybe years ago, that you guys have squashed and resolved, but your family members are still holding them accountable for that in their mind. And so it causes a rift in that relationship a lot of times. So you want to make sure that, you guys solve your own damn problems. Don't go and be spilling all your stuff to family and telling them all about your arguments and all of that kind of stuff, because, they're not invested in the relationship. You are. And so that's one of those are things that, we try to share with the young people, because a lot of times they want to tell all their business and then wonder why the people are mad at their spouse, or, treat them some kind of way when they have family functions, they go to the house, all that kind of stuff. And a lot of times, if you just keep your business with you and your spouse, y'all talk about it. Don't go and be sharing everything, with your family and all that kind of stuff, especially if you want a good relationship, and you want them to have a good relationship with your person. So those are things that we definitely share. And also the unconditional love part, what David was talking about was that's amazing, because before him I didn't even understand what that meant. Because I was in a relationship that there was always conditions. There was always something. And and many times if you are dealing with a narcissist, those are the things that you deal with. And we actually both dealt with narcissists. Um, but with us, it's like when he shared with me that it was nothing I could do to make him want to leave, that was powerful for me. And that was security for me. That made me feel secure. Because if you always in a relationship where there's conditions, and it's like you're walking around on eggshells, and you're like, oh my God, well, if I don't do this, or if I don't treat him that way, or if I don't, treat her that way, if I don't, if I'm not doing whatever they want me to do, then, they're going to leave, because there's always an exit strategy. And so that is one of the things that we share as well with especially young people, because, and some older people don't know that. You don't, if you go into it thinking about an exit strategy, then you'll have an exit. It's almost like that rainy day stuff. If you save for a rainy day, then you're going to have a rainy day. Period. Maybe change rainy day saving to saving for wealth, or saving for a vacation, or whatever. But, it's power in your words. So if you have planned for an exit strategy in your relationship, then you're going to have an exit. I mean, it just only makes sense. And you can believe what you want to believe. But if you begin to, you know, look at love unconditionally, and I'm not even talking about just with relationships and spouses, but even with family, good friends. You just look at love unconditionally, and you just love people without conditions, without putting a lot of pressure on them or yourself. Okay.
Uh, Tammy touched on a point. There's an individual I can talk about because he's not tech savvy either. He won't be on here. Although some members that I know may take it back to him, but this is he him and his past wife, his ex, really had beef, and he would go to work and he would um, talk about her, not in good ways, and he would always use the B word when he would discuss her. And one word, one time, uh, uh, he started having peace because they had a child together, and and one of the guys at his job, he said, "Well, the B word is a bitch." He said, "How's the bitch now?" And he got really adamant and wanted to almost beat the guy up. Hey, have some respect. That's my child's mother. You talking about? And that's kind of what Tammy was talking about. Even though they were separated and not together, and they found peace in that situation now because he took it outside the relationship. People wasn't forgiven. They just remember her as what he said, and that's not a nice word to use for anybody.
Especially
It
somebody you loved.
exactly. It's just some of us are so full of anger when we break up for with a person, we just hold on to that. But that anger is not going to hurt that other person. It's going to hurt you. So you have to even walk in forgiveness with that.
Mm-hmm.
And all of us, and both of us, even we've been in relationships where we know we had to move from, but we don't dare talk bad about the person or hold ill, no matter how bad that person is. Of course,
And they were evil.
of course, what you do is protect yourself. Uh, uh, you know the saying. You ask them first to stop if they're trying to harm you. Then you tell them. Then you make them. And but at the same time, you're nobody's punching bag. But you don't hold ill on nobody. You don't let nobody keep beating on you or keep hurting you. But at the same time, we have to walk in forgiveness.
Right. So you stand your ground, but you walk in you walk in forgiveness. But it's like if somebody does something to you, you can you can either hold it against them, you can forgive them, and for us, we choose to forgive. However, we don't allow them to have opportunity to do it again.
Exactly.
We set boundaries there. Those are our boundaries. And that's of course another live about the boundaries, but that's something that you got to put in place as well. So you have unconditional love and you walk in that, but then, make sure that you are placing boundaries. Boundaries.
It takes a lot of wisdom to deal with people and deal with relationship, and even the person that you're with. Um, One of the prayers that helped us is it was a great king, the son of David,
Solomon.
King Solomon. He was the wisest man that ever lived. And one of the things he asked for in his prayer, he said, before he went before his people as a king, he said, "Give me now wisdom and knowledge, for who can go before this thy people that is so great."
Yes.
Um, when you are in a relationship with marriage, that's also a prayer for your partner, because you dealing with greatness, especially when if you're fortunate enough to have somebody like Tammy that's full of wisdom, um, full of love, uh, uh, have been wounded before, and you always want to make sure you don't bring that part back up. Not walking on ice or glass, but having that wisdom that King Solomon asked for to deal with that wisdom, that woman. Um, and the same thing with her. It's a certain type of wisdom you have to deal with a relationship. You have to practice the word of Yeshua, being quick to listen and slow to speak. Your words have they cut deep. The words, the power, and the words of life and death. Uh, so that's something you can put out, but you can't take back. You don't want to go around
Yes.
saying I'm sorry and apologizing. You just want to be able to walk in that. And if you have to say it, you say it. But you be slow and patient. And I think from being a combat veteran and traveling the world and being a retired Navy person, and retiring as a lead company commander and everything, it allowed me to be patient in a lot of things and think it through. When you deal with people on that level, things can't you 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 can't let things press your button. You think everything through, and even when I work now, some people think I'm slow at certain things and I don't hear certain things. But trust me, at a certain point in life, you hear and you see, and you don't hardly miss nothing. But everything is not worth responding to.
That part.
And even though sometime I push my wife button unintentionally, and then I know I pushed it because she'll push it back, and I instead of responding when she pushed my button, I said, you know what, I am not going to respond to that. And then that's the part I talked about early. Hour later, she'll come back because she never tries to be wrong. Treat someone ill will, so she come back and she mentioned it, and it's pretty much almost forgotten because I ignored it. I don't ignore her, but I ignore any behavior that be like, oh no, why am I going to respond to that and go down that rabbit hole? And that's one of the things she love about me because I just don't see her as a competition or a threat, and I'd be like, okay, maybe I should have did that a little differently. Maybe I should have said that a little differently because she thinks I'm on an attack, but I'm not. I'm just trying to tell her because to toot my own horn, I'm a great cook, and from my being an educated chef, um, one of the things I do was when I prepare something for her, I take great pride in. She I don't think she even know the love, and some of you chefs out there can put in food, and I put so much love in it, and I'll have that perfect steak sitting there in front of her, and she's a busy woman, so she don't just put down the book and the computer and the paper, and to me that should be automatic.
I do now.
She tries, but that steak is not supposed to be warmed back up. You supposed to eat that. I understand leftovers is different, but you don't warm that steak to finish eating it then. And I could feel my skin just crawling and bending, and it's just something I deal with.
Guess it's a chef thing.
Yeah, but I love cooking for the people I love, and Tammy. This a whole nother thing, but Tammy tries to get me to open businesses and stuff, and I have
Maybe tell her what it is. A food truck.
yeah. We talked about a restaurant, but food truck sounds so much easier. A lot of work. Um, and I have a retired buddy I've been knowing for over 30 some odd years now, and we connected after close to 40. We connected after being apart for almost that long, and he's got all the right connections with the the not just the VA but all the grants and stuff, and he knows the business lingo of the federal government. I mean, like on a genius level, and I love him like a brother. But sometimes you can't go in business with family and friends and those people you love. You want to keep loving them, so so. And this guy, I love him so much, but I cannot see.
But you can't take him for long
Yeah,
periods of time.
yeah. Well, Tammy said it. I didn't. If you're listening, Benoit, it's long periods of time, But I love to see you and visit and all that stuff. But 12, 13, 14, 15 hours in a food truck, man. I'm sorry, I went down a rabbit hole. I'm back, y'all. How did that saying go? And I'm back, y'all. But it's just take it, Timmy.
All right. So we're going to wrap it up. Thank you so much for joining. Hey, Princess, thank you for joining us. And thank y'all for the likes and the hearts and the roses and the gifts on TikTok. We really appreciate it. But we're going to wrap it up. This has been amazing. As always, we have fun and we hope that, you got something out of it. And if you want to, what we would love is it for you to send us a message and let us know if there's topics that you want us to discuss. because we come on here every Sunday and we try to bring, good things, stuff that will help you in your life. And today's message was all about unconditional love and how to love each other as a couple, and really, honestly, how to spread that love in Princess
Uh,
asks, do we match make people?
hey, we
We
could do it
could.
all. We could do it all.
We could do that.
Yeah, we know some peeps now.
So we have a blast doing this. And so if it's topics that you want us to discuss, just let us know. Reach out, send us a DM. You can DM us on TikTok, on Facebook, on um, what's that other one? Instagram, any of those places we have. So you can DM us on that kind of stuff.
Keep in mind that let us know where you're from in the comments. I'm a Brooklynite. I don't want to fight. All I want to do is something tonight.
And I'm from Savannah, Georgia.
Yeah, and we like to hear. Uh, Sometimes we tell people where we at now, and when we tell them, they think we on the other side of the world because some people on the East Coast they just can't imagine any place away from the East Coast. West Coast is the same now. In fact, we meet people out here that never traveled to the state next to them, and
It's amazing
yeah,
because we have
that's another
traveled.
thing. Yeah,
Yeah. Okay. So we'll talk about that.
yeah.
So Princess said Colorado.
Colorado, we've been all over Colorado.
Woo!
Yeah,
Colorado is cold right now.
uh, Grand Junction and Gunnison and
Mhm.
Montrose and
Where's that
mostly
other?
southern parts, and we loved it except for the passes in the wintertime,
Lord have mercy.
ice and snow in the passes, and
Oh my goodness.
we could do a whole thing on that
You
too.
remember that time we traveled in Colorado and we went all the way up the mountain and then the thing was closed
I
and we
thought
had to
we
go all
made
the way
it.
back down.
We made it through the gate.
No, it was
We
closed.
had to go all the way up to the top of the pass and turn back around and find a hotel. And I don't know. I won't go too far down the rabbit hole, but I don't know if you know what it's like when you're driving on a cliff and you have a truck on the inside
And no
of you and it's
guardrails.
ice and snow and it's no guardrails and you know you're 11 or 12,000 feet up in the sky. It's no longer just road. You up in the sky. So that's another reason my
Whoa.
CDL is parked in my wallet. 'Cause, that's another rabbit hole, yeah.
All right. So thank you for joining us. We appreciate it. Make sure you follow us. Next week we'll be back on probably around this time, like in the morning, so you can.
Yeah, well, it
But
might.
but anyway, thank you so much for joining us. We love doing this and we love to
Check
and
Tammy
Princess
out.
said it's scary.
Check
And make
Tammy
sure
out.
y'all follow me on YouTube. And also, make sure y'all follow me on here too, because I do a lot of little mini healings and stuff like that, because that is my jam.
Tammy don't do nothing little. Tammy is talking down herself a little bit, but I'm gonna tell you the truth. Uh, um, I didn't marry her because she's wealthy and all of this stuff, but that helps. But the truth about her, she's world known, and she's I mean, so many different countries, and some of you are watching her now for these countries, and we plan to visit all of you in all these different parts of the world, and especially down there, right, really close to us, down there in the islands, and and even Australia is not too far, and well, we could keep on and on, but we look forward to seeing you and reaching out to you. We'll be in Atlanta and Savannah pretty soon, in South Carolina. So if we're near you and we can meet with you for a few, we would love. And Tammy can she'll have a few books with her, so she can autograph. And if she don't have the book, she can autograph and mail it to you. but check out some of her material. Check her out. Don't sleep on her because she. Hey Oprah, don't hate, but she's bigger than Oprah, and I'm just speaking it out because you speak out those things, as they were, you know, and it's not no be not. It's as it is, and that's how heaven on earth as it is in heaven. Let it be on earth. Um,
Princess said she don't do nothing little. She goes all in.
she do. I like her. She sound like she our family.
She is one of
She is
my good sisters.
okay. Okay. I knew something about her.
Good people.
I can feel her
She's her
spirit
proud
here.
husband.
I can feel her spirit here, sitting right next to us.
All right, y'all, we're going to get off here, but thank you so much for joining us. And if you are anywhere near the Bellevue, Washington area, come and see us at the Embassy Suites. I'll be at the Embassy Suites at the MeWe Fairs today, 11 to 7, I think we're out there. So if you're anywhere near there, come and see us. There's going to be talks. I'm actually giving a talk at 2 o'clock today. They're going to be, I think there's 90 vendors out there. So you can get whatever you want.
What kind
There's
of vendors are
massage
they?
therapists, there's healers, there's people that are selling crystals and rocks and gems and all kinds of stuff, candles. You can get all kinds of things,
It's energy.
readings, lots of
It's energy.
anything energy. People are doing all kind of different type of readings. One girl's doing political readings. Somebody else is doing uh, tarot readings. I think somebody else specializes in something else. I do many healings. So if those are things that you're looking for and you're in the Bellevue, Washington area, anywhere in the Seattle area, Tacoma area, any of that on the Western Washington side, come and join us in Bellevue at the Embassy Suites. All right. So have a wonderful rest of your day, evening, weekend. And if you want to reach out to me for any type of healing session, I have a 4-week program, Journey to Radical Acceptance, that I'm looking for beautiful ladies to come and join me. Actually, it could be ladies or men, but people to come and join me for 4 weeks of learning who you are, learning about your gifts, um, diving into limiting beliefs that you may have and shifting those. And with each session, I do a healing at the end to make sure that when you leave me, you feel amazing. So, again, thank you so much for joining us on Sunday service with the Morrisons. We have always enjoyed it. And like I said, if you have anything that you would like for us to discuss, make sure that you send us a message and we'll put it in the queue.
Peace.
Have a good one. Okay.